If I could go back in time, like really go back, what are some things I would change if I could start my dreadlocks over? That is the question, and here on Locked In with Trey, we about to answer it. So stay tuned. Now I know some of y'all thinking yet again, brother, you ain't even been in the lock game 10 months all the way yet, and you talking about what you would change if you could go back. Trust me, I understand where y'all coming from, and mind your business. No, but for real, there's a lot of stuff that I've learned along this way in this 10-month journey, and there are some things that I could probably help you guys with that's starting out that I've learned along the way that I probably would have changed or done differently if I could go back. Mind you, I do love my dreads, and I love the way they are prospering and growing and doing all that stuff like they should be. But if I could go back, these are some things, just a few things. These are some things that I would change for myself. Now, the first thing I would probably change is the time I started. The time I sat back and was like,
I think I want to grow some dreads.
It's about time. I have the freedom and I want to grow some dreads. Now, I probably would have waited a little bit longer and not just started it from waves. Don't get me wrong. It's been a cool experience, but I probably would have waited till my hair got a little bit longer. That way I could style it, doing other styles like braids and, lalas, and had a brat hairstyle, had a cornrows and all that stuff, and rock other styles before I just committed all the way to dreads. Because once you get locked in, and I mean really locked in, you locked in. I'm trying to tell you, there's no coming out of this any shape or form unless I just went through each dread and started picking it out. That's not the point of the Loc Journey though. We're going all the way until I say I'm done. But yes, I most definitely would have waited a little bit longer than the time frame I started to experience the other hairstyles. Not saying that I can't get braids and had a look that I want with dreads. It's just gonna take me a little bit longer, especially since I have thicker locks anyway. It's gonna take me a lot longer, and it's gonna take me a lot longer for my hair to look long compared to some other people who have the thinner high top locks and their set might look longer, or people who have full sets. You can do the hairstyles and you look great, you know what I mean? But it's gonna take me a little bit longer, and I wish I could have waited, like I said, just to have that little freedom to rock all the other styles to get to the dread length I want it to be, and boom, we in there. Another thing I would change if I could go back in my lock journey is the products I use to twist my hair. And what I mean by products, I mean none. I wouldn't use any. When I first started my lock process, I would just use water if I could, and a little bit of oil, like essential oil, natural oils and stuff like I talked about in the past. But I wouldn't use any of that Jamaican locking cream, locking gel, any of the gel, wax, anything like that. Never use wax anyway. I've heard bad stories about that stuff, so I'm gonna stay away from that altogether. But the locking cream, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but it makes your hair itch after so long. I would totally just do water retwist, water base, 100% water retwist, and keep it moving. Because I tell you, when I say the water does wonders, my hair hasn't itched, and it's been 2 weeks since I've had a retwist. Now, it's been longer than that. It's been almost a month since I had a retwist, I believe. But anyway, yeah, water retwist is the way to go, hands down. Like I said in my other video, if y'all haven't watched it, go check it out. I'll run it up across here. Go check out the water retwist and why I chose the water retwist. But hey, if you haven't tried it, try it. If you're a professional in the lock game and you still using products, I can't really tell you much, but water retwist is the way to go. You might agree with me because my hair doesn't itch and it still looks good. You know what I mean? It don't look raggedy. It still looks spaced. Y'all can still see the space. You know what I'm saying? And like it's not flaking or anything like that. It's good. Water does the hair good, just like it does the body good. And nothing can survive without water, just period. So look, water retwist. That's all I'm saying. And don't get me wrong when I say I wouldn't use products. Like right now, I'm in the stage of not using products because the water worked. But I've heard of other products that's out there that's more vegan based, more natural and all that, that I'm not opposed to trying. I would try it out. If y'all know of any, hit me up in the comments. Let me know of some products that y'all know that work pretty good, and they have to be natural. I'm not touching anything that got sulfates or things that don't need to be in there that you can go pick up at Target or Walmart and all that stuff. I need some organic natural oils or natural products that, you know, that'll get the job done. My hair won't itch and it won't flake. I don't need my hair to be looking good and then like 2 weeks after I just got a fresh retwist, it's starting to flake. It look like snow time, like winter's coming, like Santa Claus right around the corner. And the last thing that I would change if I could go back in my Loc journey and start it all the way over, last but not least, is I would start my dreads the way I want them to. Now, when you hear that and you like, well, you did it DIY, you did it yourself, you started it how you wanted and all that stuff like that with the curl sponge, and you did it and you made it happen. Yeah, I hear you. But when I started my first set of locks, I didn't really know what I was doing when it came to getting the style that I wanted. You see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't the fact that I didn't know how to get dreads or anything like that, because I watched enough videos on how to do that with the curl sponge and everything like that. And they were cool, don't get me wrong. My locks was cool at the time, but I didn't really want that look. As it started progressing, I started noticing that it was cool, but it wasn't what I was feeling. Like I said, I like the Bob Marley, the Lenny Kravitz hairstyle, the thick dreads, not that many dreads, you know, so when they get longer, it'll look like a lion. It'll look, you know, big and stuff. Like, I don't know why I jumped like that. But anyway, it'll look, you know, big and, you know, just like a lion's mane. And I felt like I could only get there with the thicker locks. So I started the whole process over, from doing the curl sponge and everything like that to picking it all out and then having my wife start me off and twist, you know, finger twist my hair, and she got me up to 20. Well, I thought it was 20, but we're gonna leave that for another video and tell y'all the real count of my dreadlocks. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, I had her start me out, you know, finger twisting them, spacing them out the way I wanted it and everything. And yeah, they turned out cool. And as it progresses forward, I know they're gonna start looking exactly how I want them to look, because they're there. The shape, the form, everything that it looks like right now is just the beginning, only 10 months. So I can only imagine what 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what they would look like, especially if I stick to it. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna last that long. Hey, who knows? But right now, I'm not cutting these things. It's still new. So I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go as long as I can. If it take me 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, if I last 20 years, I might as well just die with these on. So who knows? Who knows? But let this be a lesson to you guys that are just starting your locks out. If you want to start them yourself, make sure that you commit to the style that you choose. That way you don't waste time and have to pick them out and then go back and start them how you want to start them. If you're going to a loctician, make sure that you are upfront with them, because they only doing what you tell them to do. If you want your hair to look this way, they're gonna make it look that way. If you want your hair to have the diamonds, the crescents, and what I mean by that is the way your roots are styled, you know what I mean? They have the diamond, they have the crescent, they just have the regular circle, or just grab and go, whatever you want to call it. You understand what I'm saying? But you need to be straightforward. Don't go in there without doing your research on how you want your hair to be styled, and you be like, fix me up. Do it however you want to do it, because I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't do my research. So hey, however it look, that's how I'm gonna rock my locks. Don't be that way, because you might regret it. Now, sometimes you look up and they do it phenomenal and you good. But if you have a certain way you want your hair to look, if you have a certain way you want your locks to be styled, you need to do your research and know that this is how I want it to be. Because if you go to a loctician, that's a whole nother ball game, because you paying them money. And for you to backtrack off of paying them money, just think if you've already paid them like over $2,000, and you can pay that much within a year's time if you going frequently. So just imagine if you already dropped a few racks and you trying to go back now because you don't like the way they style, and you picking out all that hard work, hard earned money, wasted time and money. So make sure you know what you want before you start, and especially if you go to a loctician, period. Let me know down in the comments right now if you could go back in time and start your Loc journey over, what would you change? And some of you may not want to change anything. It might be perfect from the time you started up until now, and that's cool. So let us know down in the comments what you did to not regret anything you did in your Loc journey. You know what I mean? We want to know these things, even if we are well off in the Loc journey, meaning we're professionals or gurus or people who's been in the Loc journey for quite some time. If you love your Locs and your whole Loc journey and you don't regret none of it, I'm not saying that if you regret, you don't love, but if you love your Locs and you don't regret anything, look, let us know what you did to acquire such a perfect journey. But for those of you who do regret just a little bit, and not in a bad way, but something you would have done differently, let us know down in the comments, man. Drop it down in the comments and we'll hash it out. And real quick, I want to say thank you guys for all the love and support y'all been showing me on this Loc journey, on this channel, man. We're growing this community one subscriber at a time, man. And hey, I got a goal, man. I got a goal set for the end of this year. I would like to be at 100 subs. So, man, subscribe to your boy. Subscribe to Locked In with Trey. Stay locked in. I love you guys. And hey, you already know what it is. It's your boy Trey Smith, bringing you love, peace, and prosperity forevermore throughout your life. Don't you forget it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, peace.